The aviation world today is owned by duopolies. Airbus and Boeing own the mid to long-haul business, while Embraer and Bombardier own the regional jet level of most major airlines. Imagine if there was a third competitor right here in America. Imagine if that business was in fact Black-owned. That was the dream of William J. Powell, the first Black entrepreneur in the aviation industry. Welcome to the Melanated Wings Collection, presented by Better Endeavors, LLC. This week's episode, Volume 1, Episode 6, will explore what William J. Powell built and what his company, the Bessie Aero Company, could have been, if not for the infamous Great Depression of the 1930s. William J. Powell was born on July 27, 1897, in the bluegrass state of Kentucky. A young Powell relocated to the great city of Chicago and enrolled in the University of Illinois engineering program at the fledgling age of 17. William served in the Great War in the segregated 370th Illinois Infantry Regiment in France as a lieutenant. He later survived the poison gas attack and was no longer able to continue serving. After moving back to Illinois, Powell finished his engineering degree and looked to become a pilot after taking his first plane ride in 1927. This was approximately 3 months after Charles Lindbergh crossed the Atlantic and landed in Paris. William was rejected by the Army Air Corps Flight School due to his race. He would eventually be accepted into the Los Angeles School of Flight in California. Powell achieved not only his pilot's license, but also his navigator's license, along with another degree in aeronautical engineering in only 4 years. The ambitious aviator co-founded the Bessie Coleman Aero Club and Flying School in Los Angeles, California, along with Irvin E. Wells and James H. Banning. The aspiring entrepreneur also started his own company known as Bessie Coleman Aero, the first Black-owned aircraft manufacturing company. Powell envisioned this company rivaling the industry giants. His ambitions were heard all across the nation. This included Congressman Oscar DePriest, the only Black representative in Congress during this time. DePriest traveled to California to give Powell a personal visit to discuss possible investment in the new company. During this visit, William provided the congressman a ride in a single-engine aircraft above the city of Los Angeles. That plane was afterward named after the brave congressman. Powell's determination to find investors did not stop there. The very next day, he flew Susan Hancock, the mother-in-law of the famous Booker T. Washington. His business pitches were effective, as both the wealthy Hancock and DePriest would be substantial investors in his business while encouraging others. Of those encouraged successfully were the legendary Duke Ellington and Joe Louis. On Labor Day 1931, the thriving Bessie Coleman Aero sponsored the first all-black air show. These shows were highly successful, with over 15,000 attendees at its largest event. However, the Great Depression brought doom for the rising company and businessman. By 1932, there were only 14 licensed Black pilots in the entire United States. This led to the collapse of the Bessie Coleman Aero. Powell attempted a second FRIM in Black wings in 1934, but this business failed as well. William turned his entrepreneur skills elsewhere, publishing a journal known as Craftsman Aero News. This journal was dedicated to aviation in the Black community. William also wrote a book titled Black Wings in 1934 to document how it was to become a pilot as a Black during those times in America. The book also promoted Black-owned and operated commercial airlines, training schools, and aircraft manufacturers. The following year, 1935, he produced a documentary film, Unemployment, the Negro, and Aviation, to inspire future airmen. And he sponsored scholarships for Black youths who wanted to learn to fly. Powell passed away in 1942 at the age of 45 in Los Angeles, California. Many speculate that the injuries he suffered from the poison gas in World War I contributed heavily to this rather early death. If not for the Great Depression, do you think the Bessie Aero Company would still be around? Would it be competing with the greats such as Boeing or Bombardier as Powell envisioned? Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. The aviator of next week participated in that famed all-black air show on Labor Day on 1931. His flamboyant swagger reflected the time period and was also an ambitious aviator. Hubert F. Julian, aka the Black Eagle of Harlem, will be the center character of next week's episode. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications of next week's premiere, along with others to come during our first volume. Feel free to visit our website listed in the description below to learn more about our Volume 1 Chronicles. As always, have an uplifting day and stay up.